Rickey, how you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm blessed this morning. How you feeling, man? Great pick.
Man, I'm
love this.
Blessed and highly favored, man. You know, I love that song, Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, I'll be with you. Through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon you. In essence, God's got you. It doesn't matter what's happening in your life. Never lose sight of the fact that God never has a lapse of memory where the plight of his people are concerned. Whatever you're going through, God knows all about it. And he's already made provisions for you to come out of it. Keep your head up and don't be discouraged or dismayed. But just remember that God knows your name. There's a story of a lady who was having a hard time. She didn't have food in her house, but she was praising God, and she had a habit as she was praising God of saying her name so loud that it disrupted the neighbors. One of her neighbors was an atheist, and he was so upset that he came over and said, I'm going to call the police if you don't stop this. But she kept going at it. She kept calling his name, and she kept calling her name back to God. And then the atheist comes over and says, listen, if you don't stop this, how about this? If you will stop calling his name, I tell you what I'll do. Let's make a deal. If by 12 noon tomorrow, if your God doesn't show up, will you please stop calling his name? And if he shows up, you can call his name and I'll even start believing in him. She said, you got a deal. Well, all night that night, that woman was praising God and calling her name back to God. The atheist felt so sorry for her. He's like, that woman that lost her mind. She's sitting in that house with those kids and no grocery. He went that next morning and brought groceries, filled his car up with a bunch of groceries. He came to the door with the groceries in the car, knocked on the door at 12 noon and said, did your God show up yet? She said, not yet, but I'm still believing he's going to do it. He said, woman, I told you your God couldn't do it. But anyway, because I felt sorry for you, I went to the grocery store and bought the groceries, seen your children out to get them. She started praising God even more, Ricky. She said, I tell you what, my God not only did it, but he made the devil bring it. It doesn't matter how God blesses you as long as he blesses you. So give him glory. You never know how he's going to get a blessing in your life.
Golly, that's powerful. Man, Bishop, that's a good word right there. I'll never forget that one. And then me and Brad always talk about that one you did about the space shuttle. We like all those little nuggets you always give us, man. We be remembering those because those are some great analogies, you know, and just keep uplifting the name of God. That's why we praise him every single morning right here on this show. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, I want y'all to reach out to me on Instagram at Joseph Walker 3. That's Joseph Walker, the number 3. Holla at me. I'd love to meet you.
Hey, Bishop.
Yep.
Bishop, you know, one time I was in line at Burger King and my ATM card declined, and I started worshiping, and somebody was in a hurry, and they said, look, man, I'll go ahead and pay for your Burger King because I need to go. So the man came up there and paid for my food. That's what that made me think about. I'm just kidding. Man, you have a great day.
Bye.
Better get off the phone with me, man, because you know I'm crazy. Hey, love you, man.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Love
have
y'all
a blessed
too.
day.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 11 minutes after the hour. Y'all, the segment's being brought to you by Walgreens. That's right, Walgreens make it easy to finish back-to-school shopping list with deals on everything from snacks to school supplies. Stop by your local Walgreens today. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wash Up Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a look at your front page news. So over 500,000 people have been ordered to evacuate from the Gulf Coast as Hurricane Laura is on track to hit Texas and Louisiana by this evening as a Category 3 hurricane. The family of Jacob Blake, the 29-year-old black man who was shot multiple times by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin over the weekend, said he's now paralyzed from the waist down. Meanwhile, the third day of protest in Kenosha took a turn for the worse after the 8 p.m. curfew. More than 30 fires were set downtown, and early this morning there were reports that at least one person was shot and killed near the area. Blake's mother, Julia Jackson, said that the violence by the protester is not what her family wants. And we'll talk more about what she had to say at 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central. Last, Melania Trump, surprisingly, was the star on day 2 of the Republican National Convention as she tried to paint a more rosy picture of her husband from the White House Rose Garden. Trump tried to show that he wasn't racist by pardoning a convicted black bank robber and overseeing the naturalization ceremonies of 5 immigrants. And for the second night,
everybody, while you in the mood to pardon, and did you see Kentucky Attorney General?
That's what I was just about to say.
Go ahead. Yes. I'm gonna come in after. Go ahead.
The administrators went ahead and set up yet another night for a black Republican, Rickey, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, to go after Biden. And that's fine, but Daniel Cameron, can you please get justice for Breonna Taylor?
Absolutely. While you up there at the Republican National Convention giving a speech, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and convict the cops that killed her. Boy, I swear, man, black folks, man, sometimes we our own worst enemy. Boy, you got people like that. Those type of folks, I totally despise. I can't say what I want to say on the radio because we all get kicked off the air.
No, I was taken aback when I saw him too, considering all all that's going on around him. But we just, like in the words of Gary, we just gonna have to pray. That was a quick look at your headline news. Rock teasy, folks, sheezy. Let's take a look at sports.
Yes, we had another game off the chain last night in the NBA playoffs. The Denver Nuggets beat Utah to stay alive behind their superstar Jamal Murray, who dropped 42 points, man. It's going down real big. Dallas Mavericks got blew out by the Clippers, 154 to 111. The Clippers take a 3-2 lead in that series right there. Shout out to Milwaukee Bucks reigning MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo was named the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. He becomes the 5th player to win both the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year in his career, man. So big up to the Greek freak out there. Serena Williams, man, she wasn't herself yesterday on the court. She loses to Maria Sakkari in 3 sets at the Western and Southern Open, man, as she gets ready to prepare for the U.S. Open coming up in the next week and a half. Last but not least, man, big ups to the Chicago White Sox pitcher Lucas Giolito. He throws a no-hitter, 19th in White Sox franchise history, man. That's what I got for sports today, man. It's going down big. What's up there, Garrett?
All right, like you said, Eva, we need to pray, y'all, and people need to continue to pray, y'all, for R. Kelly, y'all. Now, they're saying, y'all, that fans marched the streets of Chicago demanding, y'all, his release from jail. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the group carried justice for R. Kelly signs and chanted, "One man ain't no enterprise." Now, they're saying, y'all, the government needs to stop telling lies and where were the parents. Now, y'all, R. Kelly is being held without bond while awaiting sexual misconduct and minor charges in 3 states, y'all. And we haven't heard much about that, you know, lately. Nobody's not really talking about that much about R. Kelly, but his fans, y'all, are still keeping him at heart and what have you. And, you know, I don't know, Brad, have y'all heard anything what's going on in Chicago? Is it still, I mean, people still sad for R. Kelly and they still want him out of jail? Have you heard anything from any of your family or friends?
Yeah, he still has fans, so people are still riding for him.
So when they meet, yeah.
Yeah, but remember last week in the news, he got in a lot of trouble because allegedly trying to bribe some witnesses that are involved with the case. So there's still a lot going on with
like
this
they
case.
said, one man ain't no enterprise. So let's keep R. Kelly and all his family and everybody involved, y'all, lifted up in prayer. All right, the color of the day is one of my favorite colors. My color of the day, y'all, is golden straw. On the high end, you say golden straw, and on the lunge, you say beautiful light beige. That's your color for the day. Brad, what you got coming up next in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg team up for the Color Purple reboot. And I'm going to tell you all about it. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning
Jesus,
Show.
Don't say that.
Get out of bed.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 29 before the top of the hour, y'all. It's time for the hot spot. What up, Brent?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Speaking of movies, Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg team up for the Color Purple reboot. Oh my God, get my children out of here. Oprah Winfrey is teaming up with Steven for the reboot, and Quincy Jones will join him as the producer. Yes, because he was the producer of the original one. And they're bringing on Black is King director Blitz Bazawule, and he will lead as director. Oprah said the statement entertainment. We were all blown away by Blitz's unique version as a director and look forward to seeing how he brings the next evolution of this beloved story to life.
So would it be the same movie, just done a different way, or what?
I don't know. A reboot. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You know,
would it be
sometimes you feel like they
different
shouldn't mess
story?
with
Like once Adam and Olivia get to the United States, do they start their own family? And Mr. was walking across the field with, how long did they play patty cake in the middle of the cornfield?
Right.
Me and you us never part, like
Booty mama.
Maki, da,
Booty
da.
mama. Booty
Yeah, me and you us never part. It start right there. And what happened when the sister come home and they start off, because they got the house that
Right.
but the daddy had left and got that big ass house. And it start right there with Adam and Olivia.
And the pants company.
And
Yeah,
they
and
kids. Right.
The trousers.
And then she come out with some Guess jeans and evolve.
Oh, Lord.
And then you start seeing people like Future and Drake. They need
Yeah,
to
because
say
you know
Michael
she's a
Blackson.
seamstress now. Exactly. She
Right,
might make clothes
right.
for them now. You know what
And
I'm
then,
saying?
yeah, we're gonna come up with our own color purple story, Brett, and then we're gonna start doing that on the air. We ought to do the color.
All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot. Coming up next, we got Rock T's HBCU. No. And in the meantime, in between what?
And then Sophia got the pants store, and Whoopi Goldberg got the pants store. Sophia, what happened to her? No, she was
Sophia was working with her, and they both came in that yard with them trousers, and she
Right,
no longer
now-
had to worry about Mister, and they was in the
Now,
yard with
Hoppo-
the trousers.
And Hopper, who did he ended up with Scoop, right?
He was with Great Don Chong, yeah.
And then the African family came back. Remember when Celie came back with all her African family?
Right.
all
And
the
then
kids.
Sophia shoot Hopper for hitting her with that rock in the face when she was supposed to say, "You ain't my mammy." For hitting Celie in the face. Said, "This here your new mammy. She ain't my mammy."
Oh, God. In the meantime, in between time, y'all hit us up in the wake-up calls at 1-866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9 R-I-C-K-E-Y. The
I'm
time now
obsessed.
is 26 minutes before the top of the hour.
obsessed.
It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Allow me to clear my throat, baby. It's going down. HBCU, know? It's another opportunity to highlight, showcase, and put a spotlight on our phenomenal heroes and sheroes that attended or currently attend our historically black colleges and universities. We heading down to Jacksonville, Florida, to Edward Waters College, established in 1866, home of the Triple Threat Marching Band. Shout out to the purple, orange, and white Tigers and Lady Tigers. Oh yeah, let's talk about one of y'all's former students, Mr. Buck O'Neal, former Negro League baseball player. Played first baseman for the Memphis Red Sox and the Kansas City Monarchs. A proud champion of the Negro League World Series in 1942. His baseball career was interrupted for 2 years during World War II when he joined the Navy. After his playing days, he became the first African-American coach in Major League Baseball. Oh, I ain't done. The Hall of Fame named the Lifetime Achievement Award after Buck O'Neal. And oh, by the way, his life was documented in the award-winning book, The Soul of Baseball. Big up to my brother in baseball, Mr. Buck O'Neal. If you didn't know, now you know. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit me up on my social media platform at Rock T Holla. Let's get it.
HBCU, know?
Hey, doo-doo. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Got the one and only Dr. MJ Colley on with us this morning talking about coronavirus. If you have any questions, you can call us 866-9-RICKY. Dr. Colley, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley. And boy, do we have some great information for you today about the coronavirus. We're up now to 5.79 million cases and 178,000 deaths after adding over 1,000 deaths yesterday. So we're still at that 1,000 people a day dying pace. We're at the end of August, Ricky, and looking forward to September and Labor Day weekend, which is normally the start of football season. As we all know, football is a contact sport. You cannot socially distance. Athletes with exposure to the coronavirus are susceptible to direct heart inflammation called myocarditis. Coronavirus or COVID-19 can damage the heart, sometimes fatally, even in healthy young athletes. Professional college and high school are all debating about sports, particularly football right now. The Big Ten Conference ended their debate with a decision to be cautious and not to play and suspend all fall sports activities and to be delayed indefinitely, looking forward to possibly a spring season. So what is myocarditis, Ricky? It's inflammation of the heart muscle, and it's usually triggered by a viral infection. It can be triggered by something as simple as the common cold, but it's been associated with up to 29% of people with coronavirus infection, particularly those that have been hospitalized. The inflammation is usually mild and goes away with rest, but it can cause temporary or permanent heart problems from cardiac arrhythmias, heart failure, and sudden cardiac death. Think it can't happen? It just did. Michael Ojo, a 27-year-old basketball player, collapsed and died while training last week. He had tested positive for the coronavirus and supposedly was recovered. And that's what we're finding. People that have gotten over the 2-week period should be again healthy, and then they die from an acute cardiac event, a heart attack. They found myocarditis in 5 Big Ten athletes and also players in other conferences as well. So this is already infected the football players. So how are they diagnosing it now? What's recommended? The SEC is going really good. They are doing diagnostic EKGs. They're doing echocardiograms, which are the heart ultrasounds, and they're doing blood tests for a blood protein called troponin. They're also not going to clear those athletes until they have had a complete evaluation by a physician, not just, a physical therapist or a technician of some sort. Yes, sir.
Can't they come up with some kind of like the motorcycle helmets where it's you can't breathe, no air can, there's like a little small air can, I'm just thinking idea, because it's the helmets, right? And they're out there tackling each other, like some kind of they got the motorcycle helmets where air ain't blowing inside of the helmet or whatever, can't they come up with some kind of helmet that's like a mask where they can't breathe on other players?
There you go. That would be a new technological breakthrough. As again, we're having technological breakthroughs on a daily basis based on the coronavirus pandemic. So that would be a reasonable thing. They could come up with a self-contained breathing apparatus, like people wear scuba kits, etc., but a closed-in helmet so that people aren't being exposed to the virus because it is a respiratory virus. But if you're standing on the line, and you got the offense and the defense, and the guys are breathing hard right in each other's face, there will be exposure. So it's going to be a question as to how this is going to all play out. So I'm hoping that with the new guidelines that the SEC has come forward with, that will make it safer for the athletes. But again, athletes that are diagnosed, I spoke to a prominent cardiologist, one of the best in the world, happens to be African-American, Dr. Paul Douglas, and he told me that with myocarditis, they recommend a minimum of 30 days or rest up to 3 months, which would be basically the whole football season if somebody tested positive and also had myocarditis. So we want to make sure that we're protecting these athletes. Again, we've already had deaths that have happened, and and if that starts to happen, it's going to really redefine the league.
All right, we got your phone calls on the other side. Dr. MJ Collier with us this morning with our COVID-19 updates. Hit us up 866-9 Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, top of the hour, y'all. We got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. If you have any questions, hit us up 866-9 Rickey. Good morning.
Yes, I was wondering, 3 of my kids tested, two out of the 3 of my kids tested positive with the COVID-19 virus. They've contracted it from their mother. But the one that was up under her as she was laying in the bed never tested positive. He tested negative twice. So I was wondering, does it mean his body has antibodies? Is his immune system just as strong? Or what is it about that? And another part of that question is a 2-part question. Sorry, is do we have to worry about them being reinfected now that they have seen an adult 33 years old in China has been reinfected by the coronavirus the second time?
Oh, great question. That is a unique case in China, and they're still really trying to evaluate whether that's a case of true reinfection. But if it is, the second time that the person got it, they had no symptoms and were mild. So they're saying that the immune system was supercharged. The question is, did they make antibodies enough to protect themselves, or do they have now immunity to it? Now, the young child that did not get infected, probably the youngest baby, just lucky, got a strong immune system and just has not gotten the disease process, may possibly have antibodies, but the strength is in the fact that they haven't gotten it. So more than likely they are protected either via a strong immune system or that they have antibodies to it now based on exposure to the mom.
All right, you're on with Dr. MJ Collier. Good morning.
I have a mild case of myasthenia gravis. It is a mild case of MS. And I wanted to know, what could I do to build up my immune system?
Okay, two high-risk issues because both are possibly linked to viral infections. So myasthenia gravis is an ascending paralysis that can happen, and it's mild, but it can quickly convert to total and complete paralysis that usually resolves over time. Now, this is the thing about that. Again, boosting your immune system with the things that I've recommended and the CDC recommends: vitamin D, zinc, and vitamin C. So vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams per day. Vitamin D, 5,000 international units per day, and zinc between 30 and 50 milligrams per day. Those big three will boost your immune system in a way that no other products can.
All right, Dr. MJ Collier, let everybody know how you can be reached.
You can reach me on all social media at ASK Dr. MJ Collier, and tune in tonight for my Facebook Live presentation, 7 p.m. We're going to answer all of your healthcare questions, not just on the corona, but any questions that you have. And remember, these are the opinions of Dr. MJ Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show, or its radio affiliates.
There it is. Hey, appreciate you, Dr. Collier.
Appreciate you, Ricky. All right, have a great day.
Hey, you too. Gary got the tea and the clue today. What you got coming up next, Gary?
Coming up next, y'all, UGK legend Bun B, baby. He is speaking out, and I'm going to tell you who he's speaking out for next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I want to hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, this segment's being brought to you by Walgreens. Walgreens make it easy to finish your back-to-school shopping list with deals on everything from snacks to school supplies. Stop by your local Walgreens today. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. UGK legend Bun B, y'all. Oh, everybody's still talking about this Megan Stallion, man. Honey. He took y'all to his Instagram to speak out in defense of fellow Houston rapper Miss Megan Thee Stallion. Now, he said, forget Tory Lanez. That was the word he used. He said, I'm from Houston, and if somebody will do something to Megan in this city, we gonna roll. Here's what he had to say.
Tory Lanez, okay? And I don't care if this go viral or none of that. I'm from Houston, and if somebody would have done something to Megan in this city, we would have rolled. So as an OG in Houston, I'm standing up. Tory Lanez did some whole ass period. If the man on drugs, get him some rehab. If the man got mental health issues, get him some therapy. But you're not just gonna sit here and shoot this girl.
Yes, and he also willing to say y'all that Megan is in L.A. by herself, Rick. He said she ain't got no mama no more. He said her mama gone. He said her dad is gone. He said her grandmother is gone. He said all the people that loved her.
Passed?
Yep, he said all the people that loved her and cared about her unconditionally, y'all, took that look out for her and would have protected her ain't there. So he said, honey, he don't appreciate what that boy did to this girl. So he's very upset about it. So hopefully this don't be no kind of riot or something like that. You know, sometimes rappers get upset about certain things when they start carrying on. So, but he spoke out for Megan. So we're going to see how this all turn out. Hopefully all goes well. And we're going to keep Megan lifted up in prayer. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Kevin Hart, now he took to social media to clown NBC. I said, oh my God. Now he's clowning them, y'all, for using the image of him, honey, for an article about Jamaica's sprint champion Usain Bolt. Now he said, quote, now, Usain Bolt, you know, he admitted that he had caught COVID-19 and announced that he would be self-isolating for 2 weeks. Well, NBC people say, oh, y'all look alike. So they took a picture of Kevin Hart and put it up in the media and said, world record sprinter and 8-time Olympic gold medalist Usain Bolt has tested positive for the coronavirus and is self-isolating at his home in Jamaica. And they had the picture of Kevin Hart.
And not just a picture. He had a picture of Kevin Hart looking like Prince Hakeem.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Now they say Kevin said no comment. He said I must have gotten really fast and tall overnight. He said, but I want to take advantage of this moment and raise anybody in the world. He said we can bet whatever. And then he said it got really. He said, but he no longer doing comedy because of the corona. But he said he took it lightly and he let him make it. So congratulations to Kevin Hartchild. How they still mixing y'all up? Saying that
they got
everybody,
old white people back there working.
It must be something because they are still saying black people looking alike.
But they are so far from looking alike, Ricky. I mean, Usain Bolt is extremely thin, tall, bald. Kevin has waves. He's short. Like, how do you confuse them two?
I mean, it's just
white.
Man, I can't tell you how many happy birthday pictures I got, and white people and put Scottie Pippen picture in there. Sammy Davis Jr. and
You stupid.
like,
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. Yeah, anti-tribute.
Oh yeah, y'all
Yes, man. They were like, "Happy birthday, Rickey Smiley." Like, Pastor Ty Trippett, I ain't know it was your birthday. They getting you a Rickey Smiley mixed up.
It's a mess, but they sure doing it. So congratulations, y'all, and blessed say so, y'all. And my quick for free story, y'all. They're saying Kylie Jenner got her new boyfriend. I don't know if we talked about it, but yes, he is of African descent. So congratulations to Kylie Jenner. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is golden straw. On the high end, you say golden straw, and on the low, you say beautiful light beige. That's your color for today.
There it is, man. Hey, I got y'all give it up for Gary with the T. I got your wake up call. Get in there right now. 8669 Ricky 8669 RICKEY. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Come on. Hey. Come on.
Hey, good morning. This is Bruce calling from Cleveland. I want to wake up my boy Lyle and my boy Mo, my neighbors, and tell Ricky, you know he look like famous Amos. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up to Orlando, Florida. Good morning, good morning. This is Elias Williams down in Lawrence, South Carolina. Wake up, Teresa Daisha.
This is Kenneth Carter from Dallas. Black people, quit supporting Trump. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up and good morning to my children. They're already up, though. Post out the chain. Say hey. Say wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
What's yours? Because we gon' let them know. Where you at, Portland? Wake up. In Charlotte, wake up. In Raleigh, wake up. Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Baltimore, wake up. In Nashville, wake up. Indianapolis, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I appreciate that, Brett.
You welcome, Ricky.
And to the dude that called up here and said I look like famous Amos, I'm coming up to your job and let the air out of two of your tires. I promise you, bro. That ain't right. Church in 60 seconds with Pastor Fred up next. We got church in 60 seconds with Pastor Fred. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yes, Mother Brat, this is filling my heart right here. A wonderful change has come over me.
All right now.
A wonderful change.
Oh, yes.
Has come for me. Yeah. Believers, deceivers, and stimulus checks receivers. We live in a world of constant change, Brother Ricky. I've seen things in my life change significantly. You know, you may not know this, Brother Ricky, but I was born by the river.
Yes.
In a little tent.
Come on.
Oh, yes. Just like that river. I've been running ever since. Come on.
Yes.
It's been long. It's been a long time coming.
But I know.
Yes.
Anybody out there know? I know a change. A change gonna come.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
Brother Ricky, it's been too hard living. I'm afraid to die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
'Cause I don't know. I've been looking, but I just don't know what's up there above the sky.
Come on now.
It's been a long. That sounded pretty good. It's been a long time coming. But I know. I know a change gonna come. Follow me at the real Pastor Fred. I'm going to change.
Boy, you know when I tell you I love this church, Brad. Church in 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Fred. All right, that rings about the morning show. Y'all give it up for Pastor Fred.
One time.
Hey, let's see what's going on, Black Hunter. What happened today? You not coming in?
I'm not coming in, but I need to call you.
Call Dr. Collier for what? He was just on.
I messed up. So I need y'all to help me out. See, I can't tell you nothing because you always be thinking everything is a joke. You be laughing at me, but I'm really in trouble right now, son.
What's wrong?
I messed up. Messing around with my little cousin last night, child. Child, you gonna call you for a bit.
Man, what be going on in your life at night to keep you from coming to work every single night? What do you do at night to make you call in sick every day, bro?
Child, I need you to call Dr. Carter because we were getting high last night, child. And my little cousin had bet me I couldn't eat 2 Butterfingers. He bet me I couldn't eat 2 Butterfingers at the same time, child.
You ate 2 Butterfingers at the same time?
Yeah, it's a big piece of stuck on top of my mouth, though. I can't swallow it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't swallow it.
You didn't drink nothing? He didn't let you drink nothing after you ate the Butterfingers?
It's stuck up there, and I try to get it out with a knife, and I keep stabbing myself in the back of the throat.
Yeah, I feel you talking.
Please, I'm not calling you.
Yeah, them Butterfingers. Yeah, man. You ever had Butterfingers get stuck in the top of your mouth?
Hey, dog, it happened to me all the time, man. Them Butterfingers
like a
punk.
Hey, man, why don't you go get you a hammer and a chisel?
I stabbed myself in the back of the throat, son. This ain't fun.
What did he say?
He
stabbed himself in the back of the throat.
You stabbed yourself in the back of the throat.
With a butter knife.
Trying to get the.
Yeah, he was trying to scrape it off the top of his mouth.
Please, God, Dr. Carter.
Hey, Black Tony. Hey, just go to the doctor, man. Don't worry about coming in today, man. You coming in tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. I might let.
This is the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
I see this lady broke down on the side of the expressway, and y'all know me. You know how I am. I pulled over immediately to check on her, make sure she was good. And when she stood up, she was a little taller than I expected, and it made me realize she was a translator. Not translator. What's the word on it? She was a transgender. And you know what I'm saying? So she started walking towards me, and I was like, all right, be careful, have a nice day. And he was like, you not gonna help me? I was like, no, ma'am. And she was like, how come? I was like, ma'am, you got it, sir. And she's like, what you mean I got it? I was like, if you can change your sex, you can change that goddamn time.
He said, ma'am, you got it, sir. You can change that time. You ain't gonna need me, I'm out.
He said, you got it. Bro. He said, you got it, sir.
He said, ma'am, you got it, sir. He called it ma'am first. He said, ma'am, you got it, sir.
I'm weak, come get me. Come get me.
the radio. I'm playing.
He got confused. He didn't know how to address her. He said, man, what? You got it, sir.
Gary, what you got coming up next?
Coming up next, y'all, Brandy's hairstylist. Speaking out, I'm going to tell you what he had to say up next. Rickey Smiley on the show.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 6 minutes after the hour, y'all. The segment's being brought to you by Ford. That's right, y'all. Ford. Built Ford proud. Yes, sir. I'm a customer, and I love my Ford F-150. You got darn right. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Brandy's former hairstylist, y'all, they're saying, baby, he didn't shut it down. He's shutting down, y'all, these long-time rumors, y'all, that Brandy wore a wig, y'all, back in the 90s. Now, Chuck Amos shared, throwback photos of Brandy, including a picture, y'all, when she was on the set of The Boy Is Mine featuring Monica. Now, he said, quote, I did Brandy's hair for her first 2 albums, honey, back in 1994 to 1999. He said, there on the set, he said, for The Boy Is Mine video shot in L.A., he also went on to say that the call time was so early in the morning, Brandy got her her makeup done while lying down there. But he said then she got her hair done. He said The Boy Is Mine cover shoot, he said shot it at the 31st Street studio in New York City or whatever. He said, but now people going around talking about that she had a wig on. He said that is a lie. He said, and a false rumor. He said he was there firsthand doing her hair.
If she had a wig on.
Right. Huh? Yeah, so what if she did? Right, Eva. Right.
Yeah.
She's an entertainer. They all do that stuff.
I got a wig on right now. Okay,
really?
No problem.
Yeah, but y'all know people.
That's a wig, Eva.
No, I'm joking. Oh. The point is, we all, you can flip a wig on and off. Women, we wear them all the time. And some of the men wear them too.
Female entertainer.
Well, it's not a big deal, but
talking about
what like that.
What difference does it make?
Right.
What difference does it make?
I don't know, but you know how women are about their hair. So, oh, girl, you wearing a weave, honey? That's a weave. I'm like, if it looks good on it, it shouldn't matter. But that's just the way it is. That's what women do, honey. They criticize and go out to one another, honey. If you're wearing a weave or if you're wearing your hair and stuff, and something about African American men that they like women with their quote unquote natural hair, so you can run your hand through it. You say you don't want to touch no tracks and all that.
White girls wear more weaves than black girls.
No, they created it, but black men don't realize that. Black men think because they naturally got long hair, that's their hair, but that's what they dumb in. But they, like you said, they wear more weaves and clip-ins.
They wear way more weaves than us because they are thin.
Yeah, they can get up off of Brandy for real.
Yeah, so I'm glad he corrected that and let the world know that it was definitely her hair. So
shout out to him because most people like be coming for the artist after they don't work for the artist no more. Very rarely that you hear somebody speak up for the person they used to work for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So. All right, so moving on in other celebrity news, y'all, this is a very touching story, and I think they need to have a class to help these men, honey, and their ways and how they feel, and especially when you come from rags to riches. But it's being reported that former Seattle Seahawks rookie, Kima, how you say his last name, Rock T. Severin, he issued an apology, y'all, to social media after he was dropped from the team, y'all, because he was caught sneaking a woman into his hotel room. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the rookie cornerback tried to slip the woman in wearing Seahawks gear to disguise her as a player, which some people say it might have really been a man. But nevertheless, they're saying that there was a no-no as the players were under strict isolation guidelines to prevent coronavirus. And they're saying that the United States currently leads the world in number of cases as well as deaths. So they're saying after taking the time to reflect and consider, he said, the seriousness of my action, he said, I have tried to find the appropriate words to apologize to all of those, honey, affected by my poor decision and immaturity. Now, he wrote this apology out, and, and 2 days after, he was cut from the team. Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
He dressed up in a bunch of sweats and some Seattle Seahawk gear, but she just had a little bit too much twitch walking up that hallway.
Isn't that the stupidest? These guys come from
video, Rick.
$1 million contract gone for some fire.
Gone.
Yes.
That must have been a hell of a...
I said the WAP is undefeated in the destruction of men's lives.
Here's something.
Undefeated.
Jesus. Man. From rags to riches, and you just lose it all. I mean...
If I were his mama, I would spank him. Even if he was an adult, he would get a spank.
He would get something, Lord.
Maybe you should have put some shoulder pads on her or something.
He should have did something, but he was good and dumb.
What is that, Special K?
WAP is undefeated in the destruction of men's lives. Undefeated.
It It sure is. Yeah, they want the internet and the WAP. Undefeated. You ain't.
Lord, well, we just gotta pray, honey. We just praying all morning.
Men in jail, men in prison, men broke. NFL dreams gone. Families shattered. All because of the WAP. Jobs lost. Political careers ended. Law degrees gone to waste.
My Lord.
Medical degrees gone to waste. It's all gone. All gone. Because of the WAP. Because of the WAP. Worse than heroin, worse than cocaine, worse than crack, worse than methamphetamines. The WAP.
It is taking over churches. Churches have divided.
Man, churches been destroyed.
Ministers been kicked out of the pulpit. Oh, Bill Clinton. The WAP got Bill Clinton.
Got everybody.
The color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today is golden straw. On the hand, you say golden straw, and on the lunch, you say beautiful light beige. That's your colors for today.
That's the new pandemic.
Forget about that COVID. It's the WAP that you need to watch out for. You can survive COVID. It takes no prisoners.
Baby, I can survive the WAP.
We need to bring somebody, a doctor on to talk about the WAP instead of talking about coronavirus.
Yes.
Let's do it.
A lot of people in the cemetery behind that WAP. Woo. Oh, man. WAP matters. All right, listen, coming up. Peaceful protests of militant resistance. Hey, listen, is there a right or wrong way to respond to police violence in our communities? Now, you're going to be surprised when by what the mother of a shooting victim, Jacob Blake, says about it. Coming up next in What's Trending, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the segment is being brought to you by Simple Mobile. That's right, you get the no contract advantage with no mystery fees, no activation fees, and no contract ever. Simple Mobile, out with the O, in with the simple terms and conditions at simplemobile.com. Now, here's what's trending. A number of police shootings continues to add up in response. Protests continue. Some protests are peaceful, others are not so much. Now, Julia Jackson is the mother of Jacob Blake, who was shot by police 7 times on Sunday in Kenosha, Wisconsin, as he tried to enter an SUV while his kids watched. While Jacob is in the hospital fighting for his life, his mother, Julia Jackson, is calling for healing in her city and around the nation. Now, Ms. Jackson condemns violent and destructive protests and says that it does not reflect who her son is nor what he would want.
As I was riding through here, I noticed a lot of damage. It doesn't reflect my son. If Jacob knew what was going on, he would be very unpleased. So I'm really asking everyone to take a moment and examine your hearts. As I pray for my son's healing, I also have been praying for the healing of our country. God has placed each and every one of us in this country because he wanted us to be here. Clearly, you can see by now that I have beautiful brown skin, but take a look at your hand, and whatever shade it is beautiful as well. No one is superior to the other. The only supreme being is God himself. Please, let's begin to pray for healing for our nation. We are the United States. Have we been united? Do you understand what's going to happen when we fall? Because a house that is against each other cannot stand. To all of the police officers, I'm praying for you. Let's use our hearts, our love, and our intelligence to work together to show the rest of the world how human humans are supposed to treat each other.
Yeah, I understand. I respect everything she's saying, and I hate that that this happened to her son. But this kind of, I don't know. That's just, she's a different parent from me. Shoot my son 7 times in the back. I'm not going to be talking about pray for the police officers. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's probably been one of the problems. Just the whole docile mindset that we have towards stuff, man. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Every time they shoot, we kneel and pray. They shoot, we kneel and pray. They shoot, we kneel and pray. You know, but what happens when we start to defend ourselves and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? It's we got to draw attention to this stuff. And kneeling and praying ain't I don't know.
But Rick,
yeah,
it's cultural conditioning. We've been conditioned that's how we are to respond.
Right. Get others, and I know you got some more on this. Say it on the other side, because I really want to get your thoughts. Get others 8669-RICKY. I want to know what your thoughts are as well. 8669-RICKY, 8669-RICKE. Let's talk about it next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, if you're just tuning in, it's 26 minutes after the hour, y'all. We had just heard the clip from Julia Jackson, the mother of Jacob Blake, who was shot by the police officers 7 times in the back on Sunday while grabbing his T-shirt. And what's going on with Herschel Walker's son? That video he made, whatever. Also, it's riots. Riots has broken out. And did y'all see the video of that white man with the machine gun that ran through the crowd and he shot somebody? And it turned out, and I posted on Facebook, you can look at the picture and judge for yourself to see if that's a Wisconsin police officer that was dressed in regular clothes. I put it on my personal Facebook page, and you can judge for yourself. Went and got out of uniform and put on some civilian clothes, and they was challenging the protesters and whatever. And it's crazy because instead of being on the side of, they don't understand black folks' mindset right now with all of these police shootings, and it's got to stop. What are we supposed to do?
Well, for one, I mean, the organization that we have now with not riots, but with protests and all that, we have to do that. We have to protest, but we also have to organize in terms of going to this whole thing about qualified immunity. That has to be dealt with on a governmental level. Like, we have to be able to lobby Congress and lobby the Senate to deal with qualified immunity, because basically what that does is that's giving cops a blank check to do whatever they want to do with no repercussions and pretty much no oversight. And if we don't deal with that, then this is going to continue, because they don't have any fear. They don't have any fear of consequences. The protests are loud, the protests are noisy, but at the end of the day, they don't care, because this stuff continues to happen. At the end of the day, they don't fear your protest. They don't fear your rioting. It's a nuisance, but it's not stopping anything. I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, but it's not.
Well, see, this is my thing, because I believe that the protests are definitely demonstrating the pulse of the community, how we feel. Now, I think there are a lot of people that take liberties because there are peaceful protesters, and they add to it and they kind of mess up what's going on. But this is my thing, especially with the police reform. There are nurses that deal with drugged, drunk, and combative patients on a daily basis, but you have never heard of a nurse having to kill one of their patients in order to get them under control. So the question is, how do we deal with the violence that does exist in all communities, but especially in our community where we don't end up dead?
Right.
That's the question.
Let us know what you think. 8669-RICKY, good morning.
I'm a young black man, and I'm tired of getting gunned down by cops just because they fear us. And every time we retaliate or we want to do something, the older generation tells us to pray, we need to heal, we need healing, we need all that. No, we need to stop them. Like, they need to stop.
I believe that there needs to be action. Just like Ricky said, it's time up for praying. There needs to be action.
just want to emphasize that we as a community have been oppressed for so long. There's a psychiatric condition called Stockholm Syndrome. And that's really taken over us. So when we have these responses and these replies where we pray for the officers or we offer peace or we apologize, it's the same thing in a domestic situation. You know, the woman never wants the guy to get arrested when the cops come because she sympathizes with him because she's been conditioned to do that. So what we're doing as a response as a community is a psychiatric condition, and we need to call that out and we need to draw emphasis to it. And I think Ricky touched on it with, you know, more self-protection and more just alleviating that psychiatric condition, that mental state of mind.
Like Special K said, cultural conditioning has us to the point where we act the way we act around police. But he was dead wrong for walking away from them after a stuff.
Violence begets violence, so I don't think we should stay and pray and let God make them our footstools.
So what did I just hear the lady say that he was dead wrong for walking away
after the confrontation?
Okay, ma'am.
That's what she said.
Ma'am, first of all, police officers, I don't think that they fear black men. I think that they hate black men. A lot of them.
Yeah, I think it's a combination.
Yeah, a combination. Especially when you got a president at the top saying, "Go ahead and be mean," instead of putting your hand over their head, just push them in the car. And back in the day, we would have "Make America Great Again," and he has okayed for this type of behavior and towards citizens of color. Now, it's funny that you can call up here and say that he was wrong for walking away, but you say nothing about the police officers. So what does that say about you and your mindset? Yeah. Okay, so what? So what? He walked away. He don't deserve to be shot in the back 7 times.
Exactly.
Lady, the hell is you talking about?
I don't even know why y'all let that call through for real.
Well, because what happens, the problem is this doesn't happen when the suspect is white. No. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen. They walk away, they fight, they cuss, they spit, they do anything they want to do.
Put out a video with a white man in the same area with the same police department, if I'm not mistaken, going towards the police, chasing the police officer with a knife.
Yep.
Yes.
And walked away with his life. You understand?
Because they know that the response...
and killed 7 or 8, killed 9 black people in a church worshiping, and he was taking the Burger King before he went to jail.
Yes.
So don't talk to me about
response.
Right.
Special K.
No, because they know that the response to killing a white suspect is going to be way different than the response for killing kill a black suspect. They know it's going to be protests. They know people are going to be upset. You kill a white suspect, they know that there's going to be legal ramifications for what they did. They know they're going to be held to account, and that's a problem of systemic racism and systemic inequity in how people of color are treated in the justice system. And that has to be dealt with from the top down. I'm sorry, it has to be dealt with from the top down. We can't deal with it from the bottom up. It's not going to work because it hasn't worked.
Let's take this call. Good morning.
You know, as I sat there and I listened to what she said, I've been driving. And I want to say that anybody who's listening to this message this morning, I want you to say this is not a single person fight. We're not just fighting for Jacob Blake. This is for the Tatiana Jeffersons and the Sandra Blands and the Eric Garners and the Trayvon Martins and the Breonna Taylors. So for her to denounce the efforts of the people who are just plain old tired, I think that at this point is crazy. That's what's wrong with us. We can't unite. It doesn't matter that she doesn't agree with how the movement is going. When you set off a bomb, you don't control which way it blows. And I feel like they set off enough bombs for us to tear all this down, burn it all down. Because every mother that loses a child has lost a love. That is something beyond just telling to pray. We beyond prayer. I'm tired of praying. At this point, if we don't burn all this down, then we're gonna keep dying. I mean, what else does she want us to do?
You know, you brought us over here to this country. Now you're telling us to go back after we done built this damn country on the back of our ancestors or whatever, and discovered damn near everything that we get to enjoy. And now we not good enough to be here. You shoot us down. We prayed. We marched. We did everything we supposed to do. So you damn near have to be a perfect citizen in order just to live. Right?
And that's impossible.
That man walked away from the police. That's not a death warrant. He don't deserve to die because he walked away from the police officer. He a man just like the police officer's a man. or whatever. He was breaking up a fight. You don't know what the situation is. He was breaking up a fight, and the police, I don't know what happened, but him walking away, he did not deserve to be shot in the back 7 times. Lady, what are you talking about? But I bet you wouldn't have said that if he would have shot your child in the back. If he'd have put a bullet to your child back and shot your child in the back 7 times, you would have called up here and said something totally different. Don't call up here trying to manipulate and with all that kind of stuff.
And did it in front of his kids, Ricky. In front of his 3 kids that will forever be traumatized from that
but the
the car.
The reports that I heard, the police thought that he was going to get something out of his car.
But if they didn't see him getting, no, I don't care.
It don't matter, Gary. They could have tackled him.
I know.
Hell,
They could have tased him.
Listen. They followed him all the way around the car. You mean to tell me can't nobody run up on that man and jump up on his back and tackle him and detain him without shooting him in the back 7 times? What? Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah, they could have pushed him away from the car from the opposite side of the door if they felt like he was getting something.
They were behind him. They could have literally just grabbed him. If they
when
thought
he was coming around the car, they could have jumped on the hood of the car and got to the other side before he got there. He wasn't running; he walked around.
So the problem is, and I think what Gary was, somebody said, hold on. Oh no, I think what Gary was saying is that unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of putting cops in that situation of having to make that decision. Do I tackle him? Do I pull him? We don't have the luxury of making them try to figure out what we're gonna do when we reach down in the car. Right.
It should be a civil right.
Exactly. We understand that.
Hold that thought. We'll come right back with it. Hold that thought. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 16 before the top of the hour, y'all. Don't forget that a police officer also shot and killed another black man that was walking away in Louisiana as well. So we don't want to forget about that either. And while we're still waiting on the Attorney General of Kentucky to prosecute the police officers that killed Breonna Taylor, he up at the Republican National Convention making a damn speech with his sellout ass. I said it. If y'all want to get at me, you can call right now, 866. I said it. Judge, your mammy. I said it, and I meant it. I'm so angry right now, I can't contain myself. Get at me, 866-9-RICKY, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Call me now. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We're talking about everything that's going on with Jacob Blake. His mother spoke out. They got all hell and broke loose up in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I want to see what your thoughts are, especially before we go to the call. What were you about to say?
I was saying we're talking about all these individual situations, and what I was saying, piggybacking on what Gary was saying, is that we don't have the luxury of getting the benefit of the doubt in any of these situations. We know that going in. If we do anything as a person in that situation that could be deemed as being aggressive or uncooperative or anything like that, we know we're gonna get shot. We know that, okay? What I'm saying is our response, we got to figure out. Now, we got protests going on in Louisville. We got protests going on in Kenosha. We still got stuff going on in Colorado. We got protests going on all over the place, but we're not getting to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is all these protests need to happen, but it needs to be focused on Washington. Why don't we have a 500,000 march on Washington? Why don't we have 1 million people marching on Washington? We need to centralize this thing, because each one of these individual protests, for whatever reason, we're not getting the job done. It's not working, because every week there's another situation. Next week it's going to be somewhere else.
Yeah, but what are you going to do in Washington with a Republican Senate? You know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
It's all, but it's not one thing. It's all a part of a bigger thing. We got to get out there. We know this election's coming up. We got to deal with that. But I'm saying we got to put the energy into. We got to aim the energy at the source of the problem.
But it's
which
collective,
is we got to get the people right.
It's a collective thing. So the protests in Kenosha that's going on right now, the protests in Louisville that's going on right now, they're necessary. There's actually a big march in Washington coming up on the 28th of this month. It's supposed to be a real big thing held by the NAACP.
Right.
That's how we get to Washington. But we cannot not light our fires in our small cities because we feel like we don't have a voice.
But for whatever reason, they're not listening, because every week is another one. So every week is another one. We said that when Breonna Taylor. We said that when Ahmaud Arbery. Every week it's a brand new one. So who's listening?
But we can't stop, Kay. We can't stop, because then it's going to continue.
I'm not saying we stop. I'm frustrated.
Come on, let's go. Yeah. Let's go to the phones. 866-9 Ricky. Good morning.
I was born in the 70s, and we came together as a community. If we saw the police officer approach one person, we're out there all together. Back then, they had billy clubs, no guns. Go back to the billy clubs, and I bet you that the community all come together, because you're not going to just beat somebody with a billy club. We're going to all stand up.
Eva is right. As a nurse, we do have to deal with people who are irate like that. And no, we don't use any excessive force. You have to talk to these people. Use your voice. You don't go tase your child when they mad at home or they acting out at home. Those police officers, they don't kill their children when they're acting out at home. Talk to them like you talk to your children.
I think it's sad that a black man today can't turn his back on a police officer without fearing being shot. Point blank. Period.
Wow. So we want to just say, we hope Jacob Blake probably would never walk again. He is paralyzed. He's having issues with his kidneys. He might have to be, not only is he paralyzed, he might have to be on dialysis. And I understand and respect everything his mom is saying. But I'm just not with this. Pray for your enemy. Turn the other cheek. I think stuff that these ministers are teaching us has made us docile, and the new millennials ain't trying to hear it. Praying did what is going to revival going to do? What is that going to do? Right. And none of the big time pastors, other than Pastor Freddie Haynes and Jamal Bryant.
They all silent.
They all silent. They ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, just say it. They all silent.
They ain't saying nothing. And the white pastors, they sit up. I saw some little interviews they did, with Kurt Franklin. Had a wonderful interview with some white pastors, trying to give them an understanding as to, how we feel and where we coming from, which was pretty good to at least have a conversation. But most of these white pastors, and then you got ones that way to the right, like Pastor Paula White, and then you got some of our own. That pastor up there, I think he in Virginia, just up there did a whole sermon on Kamala Harris like he did, and the church was standing up just because she support gay marriage and all this kind of stuff, just stupidity. And we are our own worst enemy, and we just can't come together on a damn a hot dog. Somebody wants some chicken. It's crazy. Can't come together on anything. So we appreciate the conversation. We appreciate your calls, whether we agree or disagree. I got a little mad about that, because what you're not going to do is sit up there and make it seem like he shouldn't have walked away or whatever, as if he deserved to get shot in the back 7 times because he walked. That's like, it's a slave mindset that you have. And I hope you go and talk to the president of the NAACP or the Urban League or somebody on the Nation of Islam, so you can change your mindset, because that's the wrong kind of mindset to have, because now you're blaming the victim. So we'll talk about it more all week. A lot of stuff going on. Go to my personal Facebook page and look at that picture I posted this morning. You tell me if that's not the same police officer that walked in that crowd yesterday and shot and killed someone in civilian clothes with an AR, whatever that gun is. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. The 90s, I don't care. Don't nothing mess with the 90s.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing. I will swear on it. Now, one of the good things that we have in 2020, we got PJ Morton. So let's not discount 2020 now. Because this man took hey, I'm sorry, PJ Morton. Listen, man, we are happy to have you on this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my good friend and Grammy Award winner, PJ Morton, to the show. What's up, man?
I ain't mean to mess up the Public Enemy vibes, Rick. My bad. The 90s, man. I ain't nothing. The 90s was my bad. What's up, y'all? It's good to be with y'all.
Hey, it's good. PJ, you was too young. You weren't supposed to be watching those videos, PJ, because you was young. And
I wasn't outside. Yeah, I wasn't all the way outside yet. Yeah, they would still make you listen to it.
Yes, sir, man. Congratulations on your new album, Gospel According. It's called Gospel According to PJ. Now, you grew
That's
up in
right.
the church, and I've personally been to your church, and this is your first gospel album. What made you finally decide to change lanes?
Man, well, a lot of it was, growing up, I felt like my purpose was different from my father's, and I wanted to set out to do something else and to represent something else. And, that took me to R&B music and pop music. I've had some success with Maroon 5 and finally some solo success with my R&B albums these past 3 years. Been nominated for Best R&B Album 3 years in a row. And it just felt like I got to a place that I wanted to be. And now I wanted to get back to my roots and show people that still is very much a part of me. But I didn't want them to confuse and think that that's all I was because of my father. So it took me a long time to get here, but we here, and I'm so excited about it,
And not only are you here, but you brought out the stars for this album. You got Kirk Franklin, Yolanda Adams, the Clark sisters, more. I mean, which collaboration was your absolute favorite?
Yeah, I feel so honored that all these people showed up. They're all so different. Kim Burrell has always been one of my favorite voices in the world. Yes. And she showed up, and that's taking it to the basics too, because it's just me on organ and her singing. So it's really like going straight to church with that. So that's one of my favorites for sure.
Oh, man. And speaking about your father, Bishop Paul Morton, what was one of your favorite songs that you did with your dad? Because I know some of those older artists, they know who you are, but they really love and respect your dad and follow him as well.
Right. Well, I've produced and written songs for him, but the only duet we did was a song that I wrote originally for this guy, Dwayne Woods, called Let Go. And me and my father, when I was still traveling on the road with him, playing with him, we used to sing "Let Go" together all around the country, and it was always amazing just being up there with him and singing that song with him. Yes. He's not singing on this record, but it's even more special. We're doing interludes on this album of a phone conversation that we had, and I think it really ties the album together because there'd be no me without him, especially in this gospel space. And I think it really tells the story on the album of who we are and how I got to where I am.
That's nice.
Man, I need you to do me a personal favor, PJ. Look, man, can you tell your dad to please remake His Yoke is Easy for me?
I know that's your jam. I got you.
PJ, if you do that for me, man.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna put in the request.
Just come in the studio and just sing the solo part, and you can get the choir together on Zoom or something to do the background vocals, man. PJ, I need that, man. Listen, man. Because I play the YouTube version on the radio. I need the studio sound. I need that, man. That song means
we need to cut it.
Much to me, I'm telling you, PJ.
He still pulls it out in church sometimes, man. If you catch him on the right day, he'll still pull that thing. Oh yeah, he'll pull it out. Yeah.
It's been a burning,
yes.
Such a burning, deep down within. I swear, if I hear that, man, boy, that song used to take me and my grandmama out. That song goes straight to the pits of my soul. That's my. Was you on the organ when your dad did that song?
Nah, that was probably Joey, the guy who taught me. Joey was on the organ for that joint. I was still pretty young. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Every time you come on the show, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm not mad
at you. I'm not mad at you. Yes, sir.
And listen, man, the song that you made with Yebba. Oh my
That's
God.
my song.
How
deep is your love? And then I'm a real Bee Gees fan, right? So,
man, me too. Yeah.
How deep is your love? And Yebba came on there with those vocals.
Man, came smashed.
Your music is sick, man. And how can people get the album?
Well, the album drops this Friday, and it'll be everywhere, streaming everywhere. You know, we're in crazy times, so I don't know if anybody's running any stores, but it's available everywhere. This Friday, Gospel According to PJ, and I'm super excited. I think people are gonna love the album, and really, you know, I felt like, because I was gonna push it till next year, but I feel like, you know, in this pandemic and while we're all locked up, I think that, you know, gospel music is still the music of hope and of love, you know, and inspiration. And I think people need that now more than ever. So I'm happy to put it out there in the world and give some inspiration.
Yeah, I got to find out that his joke is either what key. Is that an A flat? I'm gonna learn to play that for next time.
I need you to get on the organ, Ricky. I need you to get on the organ and play.
All I need to know is what key is in, I'll get Arthur Beard to teach me how to just like trick it out. You know,
that's A flat, huh?
It is an A flat.
Maybe.
You know, Rick. You know.
Maybe.
I'm gonna learn. Okay, I'm gonna practice on that today. And next time your dad's saying that, I'm gonna politely and kindly go over. I just want the piano. I don't want the organ. I want the piano. I let the organ do his thing.
Listen, so look, he should just come and do it in studio. You play, that's it, and y'all record it. It's a done deal.
Yes,
it's a done deal.
That would be a dream come true. Ladies and gentlemen, here's his new single, man. PJ Morton, man. We're going to play it on the other side. Can you stay on for a second? Will you help me introduce your song? You got time?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Yeah, I'm good. I'm here.
More PJ Morton up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Oh, yeah. I can't get it.
Right there. That's the best part of that song.
Boy, that song going to be in your head all day. And it goes a little something like this.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 1 minute out and out. Brad, here we go, y'all.
Here come the drums.
All right.
Public Enemy, y'all. Can't trust it. All right, y'all. Take us back.
This made me think of them Public Enemy videos when they be marching and they be all in stepping in tune like Flavor Flav. Man, this is just, I love it. It's rebellious. I love it.
Hey, what was the name of the soldiers behind Public Enemy?
S1W.
S1W,
baby.
Listen, man, I wish they would play that at all the protesters, man. If y'all out there protesting, man, y'all need to play Can't Trust It. Don't sentence me, Judge. I ain't done nothing to nobody. What?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Love that, man.
Great energy song.
Boy, we got to switch gears right quick. Man, that made my whole day right there. Hey, Brad, that bass though. Boom, that boom, 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 boom. Hey, you man, Kid Capri played that when we were recording HBO's Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
And that little small auditorium, man, it was so loud in there. Russell Simmons had speakers everywhere. And man, Kid Capri played Can't Trust It, man. It was like a movement. And then Martin came out on stage.
Good day.
News headlines.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 27 minutes after the hour. Y'all got your front page right here. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Ricky, and good morning, everyone. What a beautiful Thursday. What's today? Wednesday. I am so sorry. What a beautiful Wednesday. I'm Eva Marcel here with the look at your front page news. So over 500,000 people have been ordered to evacuate from the Gulf Coast as Hurricane Laura is on track to hit Texas and Louisiana this evening as a Category 3 hurricane. Also, the family of Blake, who was shot 7 times by the police, said that his spinal cord was severed and he is now paralyzed from the waist down, which is so sad. Here's what Blake's father told reporters matters yesterday.
They shot my son 7 times. 7 times. Like he didn't matter. But my son matters. He's a human being, and he matters.
Oh, so sad. Yeah. In other news, New reports show that 21% increase in children with the COVID-19 has happened since early August. Also, American Airlines announced that they will have more than 40,000 pay cuts and layoffs in October. And last night was the second night of the Republican National Convention. Trump attempted to show that he wasn't racist by pardoning a convicted black bank robber and overseeing a naturalization ceremony for 5 immigrants. And for the second night, the Trump administration stationed yet another black Republican, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, to go after Joe Biden. Attorney Cameron, can you please get justice for Breonna Taylor? That was a look at your headline news. Rock Teasy. Let's take a look at sports.
Absolutely. NBA playoffs continue. The Denver Nuggets stay alive behind their superstar Jamal Murray, who took over the game to drop 42 points. They will continue. Utah leads that series 3-2. Dallas Mavericks got blew out by the Clippers. Clippers lead that series 3-2. And Milwaukee Bucks reigning MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo was named the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. He becomes the 5th player to win both the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year in his career. What's up, Rick?
Who gonna take it all, Rock? You think?
In the playoff for the NBA?
Yeah.
I mean, I still like Milwaukee, man. I still think the Bucks gonna take all this
real?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I like the Bucks. Man. Last but not least, let me shout out to the Detroit Lions. They actually canceled practice so they can take action and speak out on the Jacob Blake shooting, man. They shut practice down, including the coach, man. So big up to the Lions and all the sports franchises out there that's standing up for the cause. Appreciate that, man. The Brat got the hot spot right now. Let's go.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
that's hot.
you can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, that's the bottom of the hour. We want to give a real big shout out to Rock T's Internet, man. It is actually working today. And
Yes, thank you.
Big round of applause. Let's clap it up for Rock T's. Oh, man.
Yes.
Gary, the devil is a lie this morning, isn't he, Gary?
He's a liar, baby. He's a liar
Gary,
and
you
a deceiver.
Did the prayer warriors pray?
Oh, we prayed and prayed on that mic, honey, on yesterday, honey, and look how prayer works. Prayer works, honey. My glory.
Came through the microphone. Jesus came through. Brent, what you got?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more, and hilarity, by the way. Y'all so stupid. Ooh, all right, y'all. On the 19th anniversary of her death, y'all, Elizabeth Estate announced that her music will be bought to streaming services. Yes, the estate tweeted that they have commenced communication with various record labels regarding the status of the singer's catalog. Because when you go on platforms like Spotify, you can't find her music nowhere. So it's been under the care of her founder and Uncle Blackground Records, Barry Hankerson. So we getting ready to get some Aaliyah, y'all. We can dust ourselves off and try again. All right, y'all. Last but not least, because I'm gonna have to wrap this thing on up real soon. Mary J. Blige do not want y'all to call her auntie, auntie, or nothing like that. She hate being called Auntie Mary or Auntie Mary. During the interview with Hip Hop Hollywood, she said, I was literally thinking, why can't I just be your sister? And there's women that are way older than me calling me auntie. She said, I'm like, come on, B, come on. Can't I just be your sister, your friend in your head? The auntie is like, come on. Not if you 10 years older than me. Please do not call me auntie.
Right, you're in a nursing home. Someone, what's up, auntie?
I feel her. Because we do call like Maxine Waters and Lou Nail. We
But
call
they
them
are-
auntie.
Come on
But
now.
wait a minute,
They
wait a
learn
minute.
it.
When Mary J start dancing, that's the auntie dance. Come on. Start doing that damn dance.
Right.
Oh my God. All right, y'all. Last but not least, I did talk about, I did say last but not least earlier, but this for real, the last but not least. I talked about The Color Purple coming back and Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg bringing that thing back. So, Rick, how you think the story should go?
I mean, I think they should start adding new celebrities in The Color Purple or whatever. Especially who gonna play Mr. instead of Danny Glover, Mr.
Cat Williams.
Yeah, Cat Williams.
Since John Witherspoon ain't with us no more.
This special guy, who gonna play Seeley? Who gonna play Seeley?
Let me see. Seeley. I think a
Yeah.
good Seeley would be like Lonnie Love.
Right, Lonnie Love.
Seeley would put a little
Seeley.
weight on. Get a little weight on.
Suge Avery. Now, Suge Avery gonna have to know how to sing. That's gonna be Monica. So Monica gonna sing. Gonna be
Too young though.
No. I mean, Suge Avery was young when she was in the club singing, "Sister, you been on my mind," or whatever.
Either Kelly Rowland. Yeah, her Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly Rowland. Right. They're gonna audition for Sister. So who gonna play the light skinned dude that married Suge Avery that stuck his head back and said, "Hey, it was nice knowing y'all. It was nice meeting everybody."
D. Ray Davis.
He said D. Ray Davis gonna play the dude. Oh my God! Who gonna play Adam and Olivia? The kids when the kids came back from Africa. Who gonna play Adam and Olivia?
What Beyonce kid's name? Beyonce. Sir Ruby.
All right, y'all. We gotta wrap up the hot spot, y'all.
Harpo gonna be DC Young Fly.
Wait a minute. One more breath. Who gonna play Sophia? Who gonna play Sophia?
Sophia, let's let Gayle King play that since Oprah did the first time.
Say what?
Gayle King. Funky dog headed.
Say what?
Oh, funky dog headed.
Rickey Smiley morning show.
All right, man, it is time for quarantine cooking with the one and only Chef Jannard. What up, man?
Good.
Oh, your food be looking good, man. I don't know. You don't be putting filters on your food, do it?
I'm working on this thing, add a filter to the picture and to the smell.
Man, I'm so excited, man. I always get hungry when you come on, man. And I try to cook everything you say cook, man. So what you cooking today? Because we definitely hungry.
Exactly. And look, man, we hooking up sweet and spicy Korean chicken and waffles. You already know I'm representing the ATL, and we all about that chicken and waffles. Except, Ricky, I know I see you on the treadmill, and you say you trying to lose that Corona stomach. What we're going to do is instead of frying that chicken, we're going to pan sear it. Look, it's off the chain, bro, I'm telling you. So what you do is, I have my own line of syrup. So you take your syrup, and if you don't have my syrup handy, you can use any of your favorite maple syrups, or you can substitute it for honey. You add some sriracha to it. That way you got that spiciness, then with the syrup, you got that sweetness. You add minced garlic, ginger to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a sauce and a marinade. Take those chicken, slice them up, marinate it in that sauce for roughly about 20 or 30 minutes, longer the better. Then from there, get your nice good cast iron skillet or non-stick skillet. We're going to pan sear it on each side for 5 minutes. Do the rest of that sauce. We heat it up, let it thicken up, and we make some maple butter waffles, bro. And some people think waffles are complicated, but they ain't. And lay it over the top of it, bro. You can eat that for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and in the middle of the night.
Ooh, in the middle of the night, make it feel so right. Make it feel real good. Lay your head back, side by right. Put your hands on the wood. Good. Tell me a little something that I really want to hear. Baby, have no fear. I'll be obliged. Step aside, Mac of the year. So bring it over here in the middle of the night. Eva, you don't know nothing about that, do you? Damn, MJG, don't get me started, boy. We're going to make that walk in the middle of the night.
MJG with the girl, the gold and the gold teeth in the mouth.
You already know it, man. Chef Jannard, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Look, man, they can follow me at Chef Jannard. Make sure they go to at Rickey Smiley's official Instagram page to get that exclusive video, because that's where it's all going down.
Chef Jannard, y'all.
It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.